Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to JDB's Morning Cap. Today is April 12th, 2026. Right? I'm wrong. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2026. So, we're ready to do this talk show on JDB's Morning Cap. So, we're looking forward to that. So we'll see how much do I love so far here. So we're going to put ourselves in a better position to keep pace with. So I'm good on that. So let's enjoy it. Let's sit back, relax. Let's enjoy the show. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. All right. So last night, the Celtics are square off against the Knicks for the final time of the regular season. The game was in Madison Square Garden in New York. This was an important game for the New York Knicks to make sure they can keep pace with the Celtics for the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Last night, it was an outstanding thriller in New York City. Jalen Brunson had 25 points and 10 assists. But the big story, Josh Hart led the way with 26 points and 5 made 3-pointers, including 2 dagger threes to earn their 3rd victory out of the 4 games against the Celtics this season. So the Knicks ending up winning by 6, 112-106. So the Knicks improved to 52-28 to keep the number 2 seed hopes alive. The Celtics fall to 54-26. It's on the season, so the Celtics will have to wait to clinch it tonight. So Celtics do play tonight against the Pelicans at home. They can still take the number 2 seed with a win. Knicks are home for the Raptors. If the Knicks will have to lose this game tonight, then the Celtics will lock the number 2 seed, either with the Celtics win or the Knicks loss tonight. Despite the Knicks have won 3 out of 4 in the regular season against the Boston Celtics this season. So you can tell them that a little bit more. So let's talk about this game last night. The game went down to the wire last night in New York City. Let's start with the New York Knicks. Who I impressed in last night's win for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart, I'm impressed with Josh Hart last night. He showed up and showed out last night's game. Got the crowd into it. He's making great decisions. He made 5 threes last night. 5 for 7 from downtown for Josh Hart last night, and he scored 26 points. He played 34 minutes. Josh Hart, he's not known for his scoring ability. He's known for his triple-double. He's known for his rebounding and his passing and good decision-making. He's not much of a scorer. But Josh Hart is a better energy. He's one of the better energetic players in the league by far. He's the best hustler. He's the best hustle player in the NBA. He hustled every single time when he rebounds. He hustles every time when he forces a turnover. I mean, we talk about keys to the game. You got to out-hustle your opponent. You got to out-hustle your opponent. when it goes through it. Unfortunately, got out-rebounded by the Celtics by 12, 42-30 in favor of the Celtics. But rebound's going to be important for the Knicks in the playoffs. They're actually a good rebounding team. They're a good rebounding team. The Knicks only had 5 offensive rebounds yesterday. Despite the Knicks won, the Knicks only benefited 5 offensive rebounds. They could have lost if it wasn't for that fourth quarter for the Celtics badly in the situation. But the Knicks have been good in the fourth quarter this year. In fact, the Knicks are 21-13 in clutch games, which is top 10 in the NBA. Top 10 best clutch win percentage in the NBA. Lakers have the best clutch win percentage in basketball this season. So the Knicks have played a bunch of clutch games, largely against their own division, like Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, your own rival. So you got to see what's going to happen if that's going to be the case. But Jalen Brunson finishing 25 points and 10 assists. The reason why his team won his game is being efficient. Jalen Brunson only had 1 turnover last night. He only went 2 for 7 from downtown, 10 for 19 from the field. Just be efficient. Other than scoring, just be consistent. That's good. If you want to win some playoff games, you got to be consistent. That's the golden thing. You have to create opportunities when you rely on anyone else. Like Karl Anthony Towns, 16 points, 12 rebounds. This is the Knicks team they want to perform here at home. The Knicks have been great at home this year. So they can make something happen. Yeah, so you gotta have the serious. If the Knicks want to be contenders, they got to figure things out. The Knicks defense has gone progressively better since the second week of February on. The Knicks defense has struggled through most of the first 3 months of the season. But since that time, defensive production for the Knicks has gone better week by week or month by month. But it's a shrewd stuff for New York. I believe the Knicks defense has gone progressively much better as they're getting closer to the postseason. As for the Boston Celtics, even though they lost by 6, they still got a chance to clinch not just the Atlantic Division, the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, with a win here tonight or the Knicks loss tonight. So Jason Tatum had 24 points. He led the way, but Jason Tatum went 7 for 22 from the field, 2 for 10 from long range. He did have 13 rebounds and 8 assists. But the problem was Jason Tatum committed 6 turnovers. His plus-minus was minus 16. So the reason why the Celtics lost last night some fourth quarter turnovers. They struggled. Celtics had like 6 turnovers in the fourth quarter. They only had 10 the entire game, which isn't bad. But some costly turnovers in a clutch situation. Celtics in a clutch record so far this year, 15-17. So that's the area that the Celtics got to improve in the playoffs. They need to improve their late game situation. So they have been inconsistent in clutch games. Hopefully Joe Mazzulla will have to figure things out. It may haunt themselves in the playoffs in a clutch game when your team is breaking down. You don't want to do that. But the only guy who played well last night, Peyton Pritchard had 23 points. Baylor Shireman had 20. He also made 6 threes. He was huge. But I'm concerned about Derek White. Derek White has shot 33% from downtown this year. Derek White's been a down year shooting for Derek White this season. There's no getting around it. Should I be concerned for Derek White headed to the playoffs? No, I'm not concerned. I think Derek White will be better in the playoffs. I think Derek White will be better in the playoffs, hopefully. Hopefully his role will be improved. So hopefully he'll have to come around in this one. So that'll be that. Celtics are 54-26 this season. They're still sitting number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. They still can take the number 2 seed with a win or the Knicks loss. Keep that in mind. Knicks have a tiebreaker with the Celtics based on head-to-head season series. So the Celtics will have to at least jump ahead with New York. We'll see how this one plays out in this one. So that's what we got. Also, we talk about the New York Knicks. We just gotta figure things out. What went down? But the Boston Celtics, and I would think, will also. And because of that, the Celtics had everything else to go for it. Jaylen Brown did not play last night because of an injury. So Jaylen Brown will likely play tonight. So hopefully the Celtics can take the number 2 seed with a win here today against the Pelicans team. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. In this one, so should be okay with it. All right, so coming up next on JDB's Morning Cap, we'll talk about the Lakers and the Warriors in San Francisco. We're going to play NBA What If game. It should be a fun one. And also, I'm going to do my NBA end of season awards predictions. So, we're going to go from NBA's Rookie of the Year to MVP. So I'll also add something that there is. So I'll do Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year. So we'll break it all down, and we'll step away right after this. All right, welcome back here. Last night, the Lakers played the Warriors in the final game of the regular season series between the Lakers and the Warriors. But LeBron James leads the way with 26 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. DeAndre Ayton had 21 points as well for the Lakers. Then LaRavia has 16 points as the Lakers defeat the Warriors 119-103, and the Lakers take the season series 3-1, and the Lakers improve to 51-29 to keep pace with the Nuggets for the number 3 seed, which is the Lakers have a tiebreaker with Denver based on the head-to-head season series. So now, let me ask the question right now. How the Lakers can take advantage of the final 2 games left of the season. Lakers play tonight against the Suns at home, and it'll end the season against the Jazz at home this Sunday. Well, let's just say this about the Los Angeles Lakers. You're facing a depleted Warriors team. The Warriors team, this team has been depleted all season long. Injuries, different starting lineups. Lakers has, so far this year, they have so many different starting lineups as well. Despite their winning, the Lakers have one of the most different starting lineups in the NBA. And you won 51 games this year. That's totally unheard of. We've seen several NBA teams with a bunch of star players being out due to an injury. But you talk about Lakers, all you gotta do is take care of business. That's the goal. Take care of business. And when that happens, you don't want to see getting hurt because of that. This is all you got, because this is a different story that you want to see. What the Lakers have to do tonight, what Lakers did last night, is about defensive identity. They forced 19 Warriors turnovers last night. But the only thing I'm completely concerned about before playoffs, the Lakers have turned the ball over quite often. Last night they had 17. And they need more ball security. They gotta do better as we're approaching playoffs. Starts next week. But it's just because We've seen teams, you can worn yourself down, but it's really, really tough. It's tough to go through it right now. If that's the case, then there's not much of a game changer. So, you believe the Lakers can do something that you have never done before? But you always have to find out. You put yourself in a better spot, better opportunities. You can only say that. But there's chaotic going on. So we're gonna move. Actually, we're gonna move on to the next segment called NBA What If Game. So we're gonna play What If Game right now. So let's start the first What If. What if Joel Embiid will play his last game as a 76er? Let's say if Joel Embiid played his last game as the 76ers, he may be traded this offseason. He may be traded. So, the Sixers are outside the top 6. They're in the play-in picture right now. They will have to face the Hornets if the play-in tournament started today, but it's not. The play-in tournament actually starts on April 14th. It starts from April 14th through the 17th. So you got 2 chances to get to the playoffs. You got to win at least one of your 2 games to get in the playoffs. If you're the 7th or the 8th seed team. For the 9th and 10th seed game, you only need 2 wins. If you're the 9th or the 10th seed team, you must win 2 games to get to the playoffs. To be a number 8 seed. So it's not going to matter now. It's not going to matter. There's several factors for Philadelphia. What if Joel Embiid played his last game as a 76er? He should be. There's a chance he could be traded. All right, here's the number 2 question. What happens? What if the Denver Nuggets end up the number 3 seed in the West, and the Nuggets end up losing to the Timberwolves in 7 games? What if the Nuggets finish number 3 seed? And then if the Nuggets lose the first round playoffs in 7 games against the Timberwolves, should they be disappointed? I believe so. They should be disappointed if the Nuggets gets bounced out of the first round in 7 games against the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is a Timberwolves team. They lost 33 games this year. They won 47 of them. The Minnesota Timberwolves are a half team. They're a half team right now, to me. Denver's got more experienced players, regardless. They want championship contenders. They want to be a bigger threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nuggets do play today against the Thunder at home. The Nuggets are 0-3 against OKC this season. The game is in Denver tonight. They're trying to win and avoid getting swept. All right, let's play the third question. What if? What what if the Charlotte Hornets make the playoffs and what if the Charlotte Hornets end up moving on to the second round? Let's say if the Hornets finishing the 8th seed if they hold on to number 8 seed for the second round of the play-in tournament, then I think Charlotte has a chance to shock the Pistons in the first round. Because LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Colin Knable, I know they're talented. Can this team get to the playoffs? If they do, can they upset the Pistons in the first round? If they do, that'll be shocking. Let's play another what if. What if the Atlanta Hawks make the Eastern Conference Finals despite Trae Young was traded to the Wizards? They could go on from Trae Young being traded to the Wizards to the Hawks sitting to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 5 years. Hawks have not reached the Eastern Conference Finals since 2021. They lost in 6 games to the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't understand what I play a game called what ifs. We're going to keep playing what ifs until we stop it. What if the Boston Celtics makes the NBA Finals for the 3rd time in 5 years? What if the Celtics play the Spurs in the NBA Finals? I believe this is going to be a 7-game NBA Finals series. Celtics are a historical franchise. Spurs are on a minority of a franchise, but they won some championships. They won like 5 championships, despite the city of Texas, the city of San Antonio, Texas is minority. It's a minority franchise. It's a small market, but the Spurs have won 5 titles. That was in the smart market era. Actually, that's one of the most NBA championships in a metropolitan era. If the Spurs want to make prime history, it's about Victor Wembanyama. Speaking of Victor Wembanyama, what if Victor Wembanyama become the NBA Finals MVP? Let's just say Victor Wembanyama is going to get an extension, and Victor Wembanyama is going to be on the cover for 2K27. That's for sure. And that's the case because we've been talking about all this. We play a what-if game. We talk about that at this point on. And this is the situation. You really go back at it. But that's the problem. You always play nice and mean. You already saw that, don't you? And then we're gonna all right, so my last this is my last what if question before I move on to the next segment. What if that the New York Knicks actually take that back. What if the what if the New York Knicks does not make it out of the first round? The Knicks should be ashamed of themselves if the Knicks get bounced out of the first round. So that's the problem. And then what's going to happen at the end of the regular season for the NBA? We had surprise teams who's in the playoffs, or surprise teams are trying to make the playoffs. I don't understand where this comes from. That's the problem. That's something you don't want to see. You might be okay with that. All right, let's move on to the next segment. I'm going to call JDB's NBA End of Season Award predictions. But Victor Wembanyama has to play tonight to ensure he can be part of this award. If he plays tonight, then he should be qualified. All right, so we got Coach of the Year, we got Rookie of the Year, we got Defensive Player of the Year, we got Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, and Most Valuable Player. I'm going to start off with a Clutch Player of the Year award. The players who play at least 65 games. I'm going to pick my candidates who play at least 65 games. We have SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We have Jalen Brunson. And then we got Nikola Jokic. So we took off Brunson, actually no, we took off Edwards and Cunningham. They're both ineligible for NBA awards. So right now it's SGA, Jokic, and Brunson are the Clutch Player of the Year candidates. And my prediction, my winner of the Clutch Player of the Year prediction is SGA. He's unbelievable this year. He's been clutch so far this season. There's no getting around it in this 1 year. All right, Coach of the Year consideration. We have, this is a good one, by the way. We have Joe Mazzulla for the Celtics, Jimmy Bickerstaff for the Pistons, Mitch Johnson for the San Antonio Spurs. Other contenders like Quinn Snyder of the Hawks and Charles Lee of the Hornets. Okay, I can make it clear. My Coach of the Year prediction is Mitch Johnson for the San Antonio Spurs. Mitch Johnson should be, I predict Mitch Johnson should win the NBA Coach of the Year. And it's just because this Spurs team, this is one of the best seasons by a young team in the history of this franchise. About Sixth Man of the Year candidate: Keldon Johnson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nas Reed. So my prediction for the Sixth Man of the Year, my winner is Keldon Johnson. He's done a great job coming off the bench. I mean, I'm impressed with Keldon Johnson's work, with his shooting and his scoring ability off the bench. He averaged around 9 points a game off the bench, which is pretty good production. You gotta be productive as far as scoring off the bench. in this one here. Next one, most improved player. We got NAW, stands for Nikhil Alexander-Walker of the Atlanta Hawks. We have Jalen Johnson, Denny Avdia, and Jalen Duran. So this is a tight race for the most improved player, by the way. All these guys have not been prime scorers or something like that. My most improved player of the year predictive is NAW, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So that's my predictions for this one. Next one, who should get my other three awards? Should I start off? MVP's gonna go last. Should I go either Defensive Player of the Year first or Rookie of the Year? I'm gonna go with Rookie of the Year first. NBA Rookie of the Year candidates: Colin Knaple for the Charlotte Hornets, Cooper Flagg the Dallas Mavericks, Dylan Harper of the San Antonio Spurs, VJ Edgecombe for the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, so since Cooper Flagg came back, he's still playing well. My NBA Rookie of the Year, unfortunately, I got to go with Cooper Flagg. He's my guy. He's from Duke. I got to go with Cooper Flagg. Colin Knaple is from Duke too. I love Colin Knaple, but I got to go with Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg should win the Rookie of the Year. So I like Cooper Flagg winning NBA Rookie of the Year. And then Defensive Player of the Year awards. We know Victor Wembanyama is on the list. If he plays tonight, Victor Wembanyama will be this one here. So it'll be Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, Scotty Barnes, Azir Thompson, Bam Adebayo are candidates for Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert is in the mix. So my Defensive Player of the Year, if Victor Wembanyama plays the next 2 games, is Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama will win Defensive Player of the Year. There's no getting around it. He's the best defensive player in the NBA this year. And he will be the best defensive player in the playoffs, if that's the case. And then, how about this? Finally, most valuable player. It's been chaotic all season long. So we've seen several. So I like to see SGA, Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, and Jaylen Brown. Luka Doncic is off the table because he isn't eligible for NBA awards. This is the good news is this is a tight race for the MVP. This is a really close race. We haven't seen that for years. Last year was convinced. Last year there was some tight race between Jokic and SGA. This year is even much tighter. So that will be that. My 2025-26 most valuable player, I gotta go with my guy, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's gonna win his second consecutive NBA MVP if that's the case. I'm assuming if that's going to be the case right now. All right, before I wrap things up, Who are the most surprised team predictions in the NBA? Charlotte Hornets. I'm impressed with the Charlotte Hornets this season. The way they handled they had a bad start and they end up gotten better. So hopefully the Hornets will get into the playoffs. Most disappointing team in the NBA. This is really close. Most disappointing team in the NBA this season. I gotta go with Milwaukee Bucks. It's been a disaster season, and it's been tough. They've been going through it right now. All right, so let's hear what I said about the predictions awards. Clutch Player of the Year prediction, SGA, Shai Alexander. Coach of the Year, Mitch Johnson from the San Antonio Spurs. Most Improved Player, NAW, Nickeil Alexander-Walker for the Hawks. Sixth Man of the Year, Keldon Johnson from the San Antonio Spurs. What else I think of? Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg. Defensive Player of the Year, Victor Wembanyama. Most Valuable Player, Shai Alexander. Most Surprised Team in the NBA, Charlotte Hornets. Most Disappointing Team in the NBA, Milwaukee Bucks. So I got to make sure I predicted the right one. So I check all the boxes in this one. All right, let's close it out on JDB's Morning Cap. What's coming up on JDB's Morning Cap on Monday next week as well? Oh, you know what week it is next week? It's WrestleMania week. So I'm going to pick the top 41 best WrestleMania matches in the first 41 WrestleManias next week, next Saturday. So WrestleMania 42 will be from April 18th through to April 19th. So WrestleMania gets 2 nights, just like it's been that way since the pandemic era. So we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk some major matches at WrestleMania next week. But then we have the top 6 NBA playoff picture revealed and play-in picture revealed. We'll talk about that on Monday as well. And then NFL draft is less than 2 weeks away. We will still talk about that as it develops. So it's going to be busy the next couple of weeks in the month of April. So we should be downright excited on this one here. All right, that's it, man. This is JDB's Morning Cap. I hope you enjoyed your weekend, and we will see you on Monday.